Lester, how the hell you been, man? You what?
Well, could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
I'm walking.
You're
Everything
alive?
works.
Everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
You look good.
For about 3 months.
Yeah, we'll have to tell your story here.
Oh yeah, we'll get all that in place. What to do, what not to do, and make sure it doesn't happen to anybody else. Thankfully, it wasn't a rotorcraft; it was an airplane.
Yeah. Well, cool. We're gonna fly an R-44 today now, huh?
Oh yeah.
Look how beautiful it is.
And I'll get you within the first 20 minutes. We're gonna do an auto rotation. Yeah. And you're gonna see like, oh God, this ain't nothing like a 2010.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. All right, let me go get my stuff and we'll walk.
3, 2, 1, flight off.
Couple T6s. Navy and Air Force.
They got the contract with you when you lost them.
So, how long has it been? Like 5 months? I think it's been that long. August?
12th.
Yeah, 5 months. So,
5 months,
pretty much starting from scratch. See if I pick it back up again.
Believe it or not, in these machines,
yeah,
they much different as far as flight.
Well, we'll take it slow. I'm not going to assume I know anything. We got, what, 20 hours and then solo, so we'll get it done. There she is. You even got doors on it.
Got less than 100 hours on.
Wow. Got a new car smell too?
Again?
Does it have the new car smell?
What?
So does it have the new car smell?
No, he really didn't. The inside was pretty good shape, so he didn't have to do the inside. And you can see we do have some foam issues, but other than that, I mean, that's cosmetic.
Air conditioned.
Air conditioned, yep.
Crazy. Instruments.
This is actually, if you're not familiar with it, this is an instrument panel. Most 44s have the same configuration as the 22 did that you flew.
Yeah.
It's kind of a V shape, and this looks more like a Schweitzer 300 or US 300 panel.
Yeah.
And when I first seen it, I was confused about it, and kind of find out that this is how it's supposed to be for an instrument trainer.
Wow. Yeah.
With the HSI. And I don't know if it's WAS capable or not, but
I got a GPS.
I've actually used that already.
Does it have 2 radios?
Yeah. It's an AVCOM. Yeah. It's a 430, which they come standard with.
Look at all this. So much more room for activities.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay. 2006 Robinson R-44 Beta 2 fuel injected IL-540 engine. It's similar to the R-22 with just a few additions. Installed on this side. Okay. That's one difference right there. You got a hydraulic pump. That's the reservoir.
Yep.
As long as you're seeing some oil in it, you're good.
Yep.
Everything else is still the same. You look back there, you see the K-flex couplings on the front attached to the transmission, and the rotor brake's going to be up there in the corner as well.
Are the same the heat? You know, the things that check if it's been over temped?
Yeah, we're coming up to those right now.
Okay.
All right, but that's just got to look at the K-flexes. Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you know, make sure there's no oil around, but make sure the reservoir is filled with hydraulic fluid. Okay. Okay. Down here, 3 oil sumps. I mean, fuel sumps 1, 2, and 3 on the bottom. All right, right there. Yep. There is your transmission fluid. You can see it. Yep. Right there. There's your teletemp there. And if you got to look way down, you'll see another teletemp. Really, it's way up there.
Okay. Yep, I see it.
All right. I'm not sure why they got 2 of them, but something up there. All right. Then you got the nut right here on your linkage. Grab that, move it back and forth. That's your tail rotor. Controls. Okay. And we'll sump the tanks later.
We'll leave that open.
All right. This is your step for the rotor head.
Holy crap! Yeah, because it's high.
Yeah. And you got the indite.
What do you step on? What's the other step?
You open this up, and actually like right here or right here.
Oh wow.
Step there, and I'll show you how to do that as well.
Okay.
All right. Intake. And the only thing this door's for is that rod right there, the silver rod. That actually is your linkage for your carburetor. Yep. I mean, the fuel injector. Yeah. And to make sure that that's okay, and I got a nut on the bottom that's showing. Plus, it kind of gives you any idea if you have anything going on wrong here.
Okay.
All right. Got this one. This is your oil cooler. Way down in there, and let's just make sure that nothing obstructing it, just like the other one.
No debris. Yep.
And then 1, 2, 3 nuts. Same thing. Here, your teletemp on your overrun clutch.
Yep.
More belts.
God, a lot of belts.
Bigger engine. And then everything else is just nuts and bolts. Make sure nothing's falling out. This is actually your clutch actuator motor, and everything else should be pretty much okay.
All right.
And this one can be closed. Squirrel cage fan is encased, and you make sure that the lines all match up.
Yep.
And that shows if it's been oversped or not. And there's no debris in there as well. You look underneath your boom for wrinkles. If you had a wrinkle, that means it flexed and somebody had a hard landing.
Ah.
Other than that, the two common antennas, the actual HSI antenna, the guard, vertical and horizontal stabilizers.
Uh-huh.
Okay, get off.
Yep.
All right. Tail lights, ADSB should be in that as well. Bigger gearbox, you can see the fluid in it. Teletemp light right here. 1, 2, 3 bolts and nuts. Bigger tail, rotor.
Wow.
All right, and your rubbers like here. Make sure they're not spinning. And then there's one also right there. And all the nuts and linkages and everything are good. Teletemp looks good. Going down, everything is awesome. All right, I did put a little oil in it already.
Okay.
And this is the engine compartment. And you can stick in there, you can see the oil's not quite as hard to get to, but it is. It's a smaller stick right there. See the yellow?
Yep, yep.
All right, then you look around and make sure there's nothing out of place.
Okay.
And that's pretty much engine compartment. The battery's also right there as well. It is a 24-volt battery, instead of 12. All right, and we check the fuel caps after we get fuel. And your static port on this side, there's one on the other side as well.
Airspeed indicator works.
Airspeed indicator works. Either tubes right up there, the same place as the other one.
Yeah.
And then from here, you can look and see the 3 bolts that actually hold the head on this side, and then you can check the other side as well. There's 2 plastic stops on the main rotor shaft that goes straight up.
Yeah.
As it teeters. And you just come all the way around, making sure everything's nice and clean, nothing's in the way. 2 headlights on this one. You don't shoot from here. Check the blades, make sure they don't have that line where the delamination process could possibly happen.
Yeah.
Which is, it's 30 years old that it happened. But that was go ahead and kick on the master. Now they're all over the place instead of just
Oh, really?
well, right there.
Oh, sorry.
Top. Okay, release. Next one. Top again. Red, right here.
Yep.
Engine. Next one.
TR.
TR chip. Okay.
Low.
Next one's fuel. You got to hold it.
Yeah.
When it come on, then one more. Right there.
What-
Fuel
what is
pump.
that?
Fuel filter.
Okay.
And that's it for those.
Is there, we also had to check the fuel shutoff valve on the old one?
Fuel shut off valve right here between, and that's part of your pre-flight. This is part of pre-flight, but it's also pre-departure.
So it's not like it was
Correct.
where you have to look. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, cool.
Other than that, it should be ready to go. We can pull it out. And I'll call the fuel truck over here.
Well, Lester, it's good to have you back, man. It's been so long since, what was it, 5 months?
5.5 months.
5.5 months,
Yeah.
and you've had quite the road to recovery. We've had, you know, I talked about it a little bit on the channel, and we did the GoFundMe, which a lot of people helped out, and that was awesome. And,
That was incredible. I appreciate you. And my son does have something for you. I'll give it to you when we finish.
okay.
Everybody that actually contributed to it really, really helped out. It covered most of all the expenses. There's one more bill that's coming in. It's the big one.
Yeah.
And but I think that'll be covered by the insurance as well. So, but everybody that did donate, this GoFundMe is the first time I've ever had to use it. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It helped out quite a bit.
So, I mean, you okay? Are you back?
I don't know how much you told people about it, but it was a fixed wing departure stall on a Cessna 150, a very old Cessna 150. And from what I understand, the flaps malfunctioned and they came down on takeoff that nobody expects and installed the aircraft. And one of the most disconcerting feeling that I had was, for you airplane people out there, the yoke was solid left and I was still banking right. Ooh. And went down. We fell out of the sky about 50 feet. It was just me. We had full fuel. The only thing I hit was a fence and I landed flat. They call it pancaking. Yeah. And I broke my back, L1, I believe it was called. And I knew it when I hit, I felt it. And I crawled out of the aircraft and the gentleman that owned the aircraft was right there when it happened. I said, make sure we don't have any fire and make sure we don't have a fuel leak, because that would have been instant death right there. Once you inhale the fire, you're done. And but none of that happened. I didn't hurt anything on the ground. The aircraft was destroyed. It wasn't that big, $20,000 aircraft. And other than that, everything turned out fine. Either the old man upstairs wasn't ready for me or my mama wasn't ready for me. I got more people out here to train, like Mover. And I'm glad that he came back and we're starting to do it again with some other helicopter guys coming back to me. And I'm sorry I did lose him for a while, because he would have been done by now. But everything did turn out okay, and I'm back in the saddle. Matter of fact, one of the doctors that I fly with got me back up like 2 months later. Wow. And they told me, said the fact that I walked the next day after surgery, and 2 months later I was back in the cockpit, they said it was extremely like a miracle. Wow. They did take stem cells. Oh, wow. Out of my hip. And they injected into the back, and they had like a team of doctors screaming, and they can't believe this guy's actually walking already the next day. So that was very fortunate. So I'm like, I can't be sitting on the sofa. I got to get back and start doing something again.
So now you're back flying.
Back flying again, airplanes and helicopters. Actually working on my instrument rating and fixed wing. I'm trying to get that done within the next 2 weeks. Nice. I got you to finish up. I got another Jackson County guy to finish up, and 3 or 4 other guys that are back in this machine. We have the 44 available now. And the 22's got timed out. It's being finished up probably within the next 2 weeks, and somebody's already got it. And I'm sure you'll be telling a lot of your viewers how much nicer this machine is compared to the other one. Yeah. Well, so what's our game plan going forward? We're going to go fly, and then because it's an R-44, I've got to get 20 hours. 20 hours as far as the S473 requires. Once that's done, you need another, 7 hours of solo? Yep. And as soon as that 7 hours done, I mean, we're going to have everything scheduled before that happens. Awesome. And because this flight check, compared to what you was flying with the 22 and now in the 44, you see the differences. Yeah. There is no comparison. Yeah, awesome. Even the auto rotations that your viewers are going to see, compared to what we used to do, compared to what we're going to be doing now, it's totally different. Awesome. Well, I hope everybody enjoys going forward, because we got more helicopter vlogs coming up. And hopefully have a lot more fun. I read a lot of people's comments and everything. I really enjoy them. Yeah. And you know, I was having fun. If you ain't having fun, there's no reason to be up here. Awesome. Well, good to have you back, Lester. Glad to be back. Glad you're okay. Good to see you sitting in the seat. And look forward to a lot more. Let's go have some fun. You got it. All right.